Has it ever happened to you that you read a book that everybody is loving but you are not? Hi guys, I'm Manpreet and I make book related videos on this channel, and you may want to subscribe to me if you want to keep watching book related videos by me. And today's video is about the books that everybody loved but I didn't. Now, I do have a very short list of books in this video, but there are plenty of books that everybody seems to love, but I do not. I think the reason is that I'm a person who's not affected by things like the publisher sent me a book, so I need to say good things about it. I got paid for this book, so I need to say good things about it. Everybody is liking it, and everybody who is popular is liking it, so I need to say good things about it. It's my favorite author, so I need to say good things about it. I do not get affected by these things like peer pressure or professional pressure and stuff like that. So I end up getting quite a lot of hate from the people who get uncomfortable because unknowingly I put them in situations where they come across as liars, if that's what they think I do by just making videos. But today I'm going to talk about some of those books so that you guys know about the books that I disliked when everybody loved it. Number one book is Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll, and it's a good thing that I'm making this video right now because I'm already giving this book away to one of you from my past unhaul video. I'm gonna ship it tomorrow, so good that I made this video today. It's actually a classic where this little girl falls into this place called Wonderland, and there are these crazy creatures and things happening over there. Now, this was a part of our book club read, and honestly, most of the people who read this book with me during that book club read didn't like it. So I do not really feel like there are a lot of people who love it, because a lot of us didn't get the point of this book. So let's be honest here. But some people do like this book. For example, my favorite booktuber loves Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, and she's collecting these books like crazy people. And that is why this is in this list, because she loves it and I do not. And usually the books she loves and the viewpoints she has, I have the same kind of viewpoints, but not for this one. I feel like maybe I'll read it sometime in future and maybe I'll get the point, but right now didn't like it. The second book that I didn't like is a book by an Indian author, and that is Everyone Has a Story by Savi Sharma. Like I said in my review, which I'll link up there or in the description, that Everyone Has a Story has no story. It's typically like stuff taken from other books and just good quotes which people liked, and it's being promoted well as an inspiring book. And that's why this book has sold over 100,000 copies. It has become a bestseller. It has made the author so famous, but the book is so bad. And I feel like most of the people who are used to reading a lot of books, they didn't like this book either. The people who just read first book in their lives and this was the one, they are like, oh my god, I got so inspired with this. Oh my god, this is so good. Oh my god, I'm in love with Savi Sharma. I am not. It's just not a good book. It just doesn't have anything in it which would make me feel like it's a good book, even though it's selling so many copies. Who cares? I just do not like it, and I am glad that most of the people who watch my videos do not like it. Number three book is like the real unpopular opinion, where a lot of my existing viewers will be like, what? You didn't like this one? And that's Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. Now, a lot of you keep asking me whether I have read Fangirl or whether I'll be reading Rainbow Rowell again. The thing is, I didn't like this book much, so reading Rainbow Rowell again, I am not sure, but I'll give her a chance. I always am up for giving second chances, but this one I just didn't like it. It's like the story of a girl who goes to college with her twin sister, but both are just having differences, and both are having different kind of friends, different kind of circle, and things happen. And she also writes fan fiction. I didn't find anything special about this book. I didn't find it like strong enough for me to like it. Like, I feel like at the time when I was reading this book, I read some really, really good books, like an awesome thriller, which I always talk about, like an awesome middle grade book series that I always talk about. But when I read this one, it just, brought everything down. So maybe I was reading two good books when I picked up this one. So my expectations were quite high, which were not met by this book. or just that I was looking for something deeper and something better, which I didn't get in this book. So ultimately, I do not like Fangirl. Like, I liked reading it. Like, the whole process of reading was not like, oh, what kind of book I'm reading. It was good, it was smooth, it was nice, it was pleasant. But do I love this book? No. Number 4 book is something I read on the Kindle app on my iPad, and that was P.S. I Still Love You by Jenny Han. First of all, I feel like there are two really personal reasons why I didn't like this book. Number one was that this is like one of the first books I read on the Kindle app on my iPad, and I just flew through it. And maybe it was because I was reading on like Kindle or on an electronic device for the first time, and that's why my reading speed was too fast that I just didn't even realize when the book was finished, or maybe the book was not memorable enough. And the second is, I think there is a video which Jesse the Reader made about it once, and he said that there are books which never ever mention that this is like not the first book in a series, it's actually a part of series and it's the second book. And that's what happened with P.S. I Still Love You. Like, I was in the middle of the book when I realized there's the first part, okay? So I was reading it in a train and I had no internet connection, just this book in my Kindle app. And I just didn't realize that it was the second part in a series, which, I felt like if I had known that, I might have picked the first book, because this is quite related to the first book. I usually have read books like this. For example, I read The House That PJ Built by Anuja Chauhan, which was second book after Those Prizes Thakur Girls, but I still loved it. But this one, another book which might make a lot of you agree with me and might make a lot of you hate me, and that is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. This is the first book in the Mortal Instrument series, and a lot of you love these books. And honestly, I still continued reading this series, and I am loving it now on book 4. But I feel like a person who is new to reading, or a person who is not that keen on reading this series, that person would not continue with it after reading this book. It was just not that amazing. It has this amazing shadow hunter world who fight the law breaking vampires, werewolves, and stuff. And when I say amazing shadow hunter world, that is not my opinion that was made from this book. That happened like by book 4. So I feel like this book was quite weak when I compare all other books in the series, and this was like a boring and a tough read for me, and which is why I do not really like this book. A lot of you were able to convince me that I should continue reading it, and I wanted to read it because a lot of my favorite booktubers loved it. I would not have read the second book in the series ever if that had not happened. So that means this book is not that good. Not good. The last book that I have is Mrs. Funnybones by Twinkle Khanna. Now, it's a book that a lot of people loved, and I didn't. This is supposed to be this funny book by this Mrs. Funnybones, who writes these columns which are very popular, these newspaper columns, and I feel like her fan following came from there. She was also an actress and is now a star wife, so maybe that made a lot of people pick her book, but I didn't feel like there was anything good about it. It was just a fluffy set of pages, and it is not even long enough. Like, most of the pages are empty, which is like very annoying. And yeah, I didn't feel like it was worth the money I spent on it. I didn't feel like it was worth the time I spent on it. It was just a fluffy book which didn't make me laugh. I feel like even the blurbs say one of the best columnists we have. She's a columnist. She was not a good writer in this book, at least. So yes, guys, these are the books that everybody loved, but I didn't. And yeah, do let me know what you think about it. I do know a lot of people will agree with me, and a lot of people will start to hate me or unsubscribe me. Do let me know what you have decided to do. Thank you so much for watching this video. This is Manvi signing off. I'll be back with another video very soon.